I didn't like the fact this thing was sticking way out over here, which brought the gas flying way out here where the heat's at. And now that I've welded it on its new home stand so that it can move around and all that, I'm gonna go ahead and put a 90 on here. Whenever doing any sort of project pertaining to gas and fittings, always use pipe sealant, or as some people call pipe dope. Safety first. A little bit goes a long way. Just take it here. Now for our 90, we're going to put a little bit on help. A little bit goes a long way. Also remember that as you're twisting this in, it's going to also create a seal as well. So that's also. So on this one, we're really only going to go a real full turn, maybe 2 full turns. There's not a lot of threading here. I don't want this sticking out this way. So this is pretty tight, so we're going to back it off just a turn, half a quarter turn. And I can do my on-off, still be able to run my braided line. What I'm doing is just making sure that everything is pushed into the threads out here. Doesn't really matter if it's on the threads out here. What really matters is that it's sealed right here. And now I'm going to show you how we test it to make sure that there's no leaks. Okay, so we're going to attach the hose and then we'll test it for leaks. I just put a little bit of spit on it, you know what I'm saying? Put a little spit on it. And slide that back on there. It goes on nice and smooth like. And then we're going to put a clamp on. Use an old 7mm. Some of you guys might recognize these that collect old tools, but this is an oldie but goodie. So we're going to put it probably right up to the 3rd neck here, which will give it a good place to make a nice seal on the ridge. All right, so the way I have my forge set up is I actually have 3 of these. This one is my main on-off. This one I use for my pilot, if you want to call it that. It's basically the lowest possible setting that will keep the forge running. And then when I want to start going to forge weld or I want to change the temperature, I use this one to adjust basically how much pressure I put into the throats of the Venturi burners. So this helps me control my heat. And then this is my probe, my heat probe wire that I don't have hooked up because I'm redoing everything while I have it apart. So let's go ahead and make sure there's no leaks. So what this is this is just literally dish soap and water. It doesn't really matter how concentrated it is, really just a couple of tablespoons and water. I make it extra thick just so I can really make sure there's no bubbles, but you don't really have to. You can make it as just, you know, whatever you like. Okay, so that's where our leak is. Let's fix it. Alright, so let's make a nice fresh spot here. I know for sure there's nothing compromised. Okay, just a little bit past tight. So the first thing we do is we're going to listen for hissing. Alright, so far so good. I don't hear anything. Soak this bad boy up real good. The more agitation of the liquid you can get, the better it'll bubble. As of right now, it looks like we no longer have any more bubbles. Alright, so I figured while we had the forge apart, we'd go ahead and fix the line that's been bugging me for a long time. Just never really had a chance to fix it. Took time to do it. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Get out there and go do something amazing today.